Yeah, you already know he's in the building. Want to thank my heavenly Father, archangels, regular angels, ancestors, extended ancestors, or light beings, or divine beings, or high vibrational beings, or timelines, dimensionals, portals, fast, past, future, present, all at the same time, into affinity for all in all. Yeah, we down to the wire. You still got individuals trying to cover their ass and, drag me through the mud, continue to drag me through the mud, but don't really mean nothing. I could wash that off, jump in the shower, take a hot bath, you know, go to the spa or something, and just, you know, relax. It's sad how you're still trying to come up with a way where y'all could get out of this instead of going going straight to the one and only, the kings of kings, the God of gods. And, for you to get to him, you got to go through his son, Jesus Christ, you know, and be genuine, be sincere, truly know you're wrong, your sin. What you're feeling now is just guilt, and it's guilt because you got caught. You're feeling panic because you see that I'm standing 10 toes down, and all the ones like me, you know, doing the divine work, standing 10 toes down, rejoicing in his protection, rejoicing in his truth, rejoicing in bringing clarity. You know, it's sad how we play with each other's lives like this, and we shouldn't be playing because all life is sacred. If you truly loved yourself, you would know that. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's true. Whatever love y'all believe is love is not love. It's a illusion that was sold to y'all that scarred y'all badly. And I said, fuck it. Can't beat them, join them type shit. And it's not that you couldn't beat them, it's that you didn't see your own strength. You didn't see your worth. You allowed the outside noise to, you know, take control of, your subliminal, your subconscious, into your conscious. And you ran with it. You said, if they doing it, why I can't do it? They getting away with it, why I can't get away with it? But everything has its price. Everything, comes to an end in its due season. And it's not about what you got. It's about what's in you. This whole journey is to let out our beauty, the beauty that's etched in us. Just a little while ago, I said, not trying to be disrespectful, but, you know, we don't act truly love ourselves. And you see, I said we because we all stuck in the same category. If you in a lack, I'm in a lack. Even if I'm not in that lack, because you in that lack, it's a lack for all. Yeah, you know. Well, the ones that truly know me and know my status and who I was before it came out, before I even realized it, or not saying I realized it, but I didn't have a definition for it. I didn't have a category for it. I knew I wanted to live clean. I wanted to live, good. You know, I wanted to strive. You know, and make things, help make things beautiful. In spirit, in action, in you know, intermingling. Into exploring. I said it, more than once. I have forgiven all of y'all. Because if I don't forgive y'all, I'm not forgiving myself for my mistakes. And my, my mistakes could have been your mistakes, and your mistakes could have been my mistakes. Because these mistakes are allowed to be made. That's why I be trying, I keep on reiterating. Whatever could happen to you could happen to me, man, female, child, old, young, in between, alien, blue, green, yellow. It's a fact. Right? You know, for the ones that is continuing from doing what they're doing, knowing that they already in, a lot of hot water, or, you know, into that lava. You're not even gonna call it fire. Into that lava, the heart of the planet type shit. I was told not to. I was told stop. And you ignored the whispers of your ancestors. You ignored the whispers of your archangels, regular angels. You know, if you had good friends, moral friends, they have also told you, like, yo, what you call it? Ever since things was looking up, and you know, started smelling yourself, or maybe not even that. Was getting, pissed off that you was getting glory, or getting maybe not praises and not praises, but compliments on what they started to see grow in your field, for the ones that truly know you, or have spent time with you and was wise enough to gather some information about the person that they spend whatever time they spend with them. But yet, I still got plans to come and bamboozle, finagle, lie, you know, try to put on another false face that will never be able to put back on. Not, at least not in my, from my sight. Not saying you can't change, but I'm not you, so I really, can't tell that unless I'm in your energy or, you know, my gods, my ancestors, my everything that love me speak to me and tell me that to give you that chance. But if that's not happening, it ain't nothing I could do. Still, I wish you no harm. I'm hurting that, you know, innocent souls that haven't even appeared here will go through some extra shit that had nothing to do with them. Just like whatever we went through truly had nothing to do with us. Not saying all of it wasn't, with somebody else or from our ancestors, but dominantly, yeah, especially if you're a curse breaker, in your lineage. I can't speak for the others, but if you that curse breaker, I don't know how long it took you to appear into that bloodline for you to accomplish whatever you need to accomplish. And if this happening in now, congratulations. You know, you you a brother or sister in the spirit, in the blood, you know, in our true unity of life. And that's a beautiful thing. And I, you know, I feel peace. I feel comfort in knowing that I'm truly not alone, even if I don't have a physical, person around me that's shining or willing to, you know, dive deep into themselves and how you say vocalize it, you know, put it out there where somebody else could get some use from it, give them a different perspective of something that you already have a perspective of, but it might unlock something that you would have, when it unlocked, you would be like, yo, how did I miss that? What you call it in this when it's basically the same thing. That's the wisdom of God. That's the wisdom of whoever He sent to you to, bestow that on you, uh, mm, and glory and praise to Him when those things happen. You know, and I'm sorry to keep on saying Him, but that's what it is. And so, that's how it comes out of my mouth. That's what I was taught. Jesus, he was a man. I'm not saying God can't be a woman or Jesus can't be a woman, but this is how, you know, I was introduced and, reciprocated, even though I would love to put it as, well, I do put it as a female, especially when they start when the Bible starts talking about your husband that you go and that he's your husband and stuff that that make my eyebrow jump up like what who what wait a minute like I understand but whoa not to be playing around it ain't coming at nobody but you can't be mad at my perspective of how you know and then I already know especially the men with the childish shit with that pause shit you say something that somebody wants to or can refer it as what you call it, a sexual or male on male aspect type shit. You pause. Or before you say some shit, you say pause. Like that shit used to kill me. Like, oh, we grown ass men. And number two, if you thinking like that, basically that's how you thinking. Like got nothing to do with me, yo. I don't even know how that trend even started or why that trend even started. But I got caught up in it. I'm not gonna say I didn't, but I didn't really get caught up in it. Like, like fuck out of here. I had time for that shit. That I gotta watch what I gotta say because I don't want. Nah, nah. Number one, I'm not even living that way. So why would I even worrying about you even thinking that way? And if that's the way you thinking, then hey, just you already know I don't flow that way. So, well, you would know. So, but, that's also a projection. You know, throwing how you say vicious jokes, hitting as jokes. You know, and if you take it personal, why you so personal? Why you taking it so personal? But yet, as we all know, anybody at any time for any reason could take whatever is said personal if they want to. And if you truly mad at that person for doing something like that, then you can't do it yourself. So for anything that you mad at a person for, you shouldn't be able to do it yourself. And it's just you know, like right now, you're assuming that this is weed or something else or whatever. But it's an assumption. You're not here. You're not able to smell it if you go it. And I really don't have to tell you what it is. But I will. This is a rolled up cigarette. I don't have no cigarettes, so I had a couple of buds, a sheet of paper. That's how cigarettes started. So why wouldn't I? When I need one or I feel I need one, because we really don't need this shit. We just trained ourselves to do this shit. All right. Like a lot of other things that I know a lot of us swear or wish or we'd have never picked it up. You know, if we was able to go back, some of those things, we would change if we was able to. But we could change it as we talk now. It don't. Just because you start don't mean you can't stop, and that's been proven time and time again by many individuals. So if one could do it, you all could do it, man. Get it in your head. If you got people like me living like me amongst all of y'all, we truly outnumbered, and y'all do know this, right? But yet, we still able to, do our part, be who we are, and level the playing field, the scales. So, if we could do it, which I know this is gonna piss off, dominate like maybe 80, like 90% of the planet, and that's being kind. And I also told you, number one, world terrorists, verbal terrorists, you know, light bearer, shining, showing us, not just you, but also myself, our flaws, man. Where we could do better, where we should be doing better. And it's a must. Number one, we in Revelations, people. We here in Revelations, people. We are here in Revelations, people. This is truly not a game. It never was. It's a experience. Experience of all experiences. The masterclass of experiences. And you're a co-designer. Like, say you go to school. You get to pick, well, not in the beginning, but as you get up there, you get to pick your courses. You get to pick, you know, what you want to look into, what you might want to do, you know, for the rest of your life. You know, a lot of us had picked up things in those classes, and graduated and all, and then never really got a chance to put it into use. For one, we not have been, it wasn't enough room for those jobs or whatever. It could be anything, but also an excuse. But we don't see it that way. We pass off the buck. We say it's not our fault, or we had no part in it. It's just the way the cards fell, and a whole lot of other stuff, which is truth in it, and it's also a lie. Perspective, for real. I can hoop and holler, say I'm this, say I'm this, say I'm that, say I'm this, and if I'm not living it, doing it, being it, what am I boasting about? Number one, you shouldn't be boasting, but you heard it come out my mouth. What would you be boasting about? Oh, I did this, I got this, I got my bachelor's, I got my BA, I got my master's, I got my associates, I got I got. Okay, congratulations. I hope, I pray and hope that these things exist in the knowledge that you acquired for the time that you acquired, even you spent the money that you spent to acquire this education. It's giving back to you as you gave to it. Right? We are not truly happy because we're all in competition. This competition, this hypothetical competition, because that's all it is. It's a hypothetical competition because everybody is not living in competition, but I can see how we are caught up living like that and maybe not even truly knowing because of the programming of, you know, you gotta have the best of the best. You gotta have the best looking girl. You gotta have the best looking man. You gotta have the best looking car. You gotta have the best looking house. You gotta have the best looking book. The best of everything. But the best of everything is how you accept it, how you treat it, how whatever you have now. It's the best of everything because it's in your possession. You should be treating that shit like what you call, like you did have what you would truly honor and respected it, and I guarantee you, it will. The other things will want to be with you too. Like, oh yeah, this person, shit, they about it. We ain't gonna be the sitting catching dust. We gonna be used. We gonna be excuse me. We gonna be cherished. We everything, everything wants to be used like how they supposed to be used, taken care of, maintained how they supposed to be taken care of and maintained by caring, respectful, mindful individuals. You know, people that controversy that like guns. If you like guns, hopefully you know that and smart enough that you gotta take care of that. You gotta oil it, you gotta clean it, you gotta take it apart every now and then to make sure all the parts is in proper order and stuff like that. Because if you don't, accidents happen. Fuck around, the gun blow up in your hand, or it won't work when you need it to work. The whole. And that's with any tool. Not calling us tools, but in a way we are tools. We are useful to each other. When I help or any you help anybody, you're being used and being of use. Even though that sounds crazy, but you could be getting paid, but at the same time you're being used. If you wasn't there to do that job, they would have to find another and say nobody wants to do the job. It would take longer for whatever needs to be done harder because one individual got to be here and there and there and there and there and there and there to make sure everything is right. But you know we can't split ourselves and be 100 different places at 100 different times. You know, all at once doing different things. If that was the case, then we wouldn't need each other. It would be a bunch of buildings with ease on it, doing whatever function that you know I wanted these you know buildings or businesses to be performed, and everybody will be me doing it. So I definitely know everything will be doing right because I know that I'll be hurting my business, my reputation, my such and such, such and such, my legacy, my legend, my bloodline. But it's not like that. It's our. So if you have somebody working for you and you do not respect that person, you feel yourself better than that person because that person works for you and you treat them as such, where they're not deserving of the respect that they give you or or that you feel that you should get yourself, but they're not allowed to get it from you because they're not you. Do you truly have respect? Are you truly getting respect? I believe if you living like that, everybody in your face that is doing and smiling or whatever is doing it for their reasons. They ain't doing it for you. Because I guarantee you, as soon as you out the door and they get with whoever they get with, you the topic that they talk about. No matter how much money you got. All types of scumbags and hoe and whatever. asking, being called by somebody that's supposed to be lower than you, basically saying the same things that you saying about them. The only thing, you might live in a different area and have, what they say more than what, you know, I would have, or what, the next individual would have. And that's weak. That is real weak. That is sad that, you have to put, even if you ain't doing it verbally, if you're doing it mentally in your head, where you have to put somebody else down to feel special about yourself. You're truly pathetic. You're truly weak. You're truly, how you say, a big kid or a kid throwing a nasty tantrum, and it don't look good on a kid, so it definitely ain't gonna look good on a teen or a young adult or a mid-age adult. Definitely no senior should be, you know, it's still living in that vibration. Y'all supposed to been, you know, that's my perception, you know, grown out of that. I thought with age comes wisdom. So we find out that's a lie. With experience comes wisdom. You know, I don't know what's gonna befall y'all. Only y'all know what's gonna befall y'all. The wicked, if you meet and been trying to live as straight as you can, as best as your capability, and continue to grow and evolve into good fruit. Not saying that anybody perfect, but you've been evolving and trying evolving into good fruit. Know that it's seen, especially if it's genuine. If it ain't just a show, even in bad times, you still that same individual, no matter how gloomy or nasty it gets. Even though it's easier said than done, but you know if we truly knew that you know God is real, that there is you know the master architect of all creation, the all knowing, one the one and only to have all your answers. And if anybody else have the answers to bestow you, it's because of him that divinely guided them to drop it in your lap. And hopefully you have heard it. You know? And if you have hope, or if you have heard it, you held it, you kept it, you nurtured it, you buried it in your heart and watered it. tended to